Danielle, what are you doing here?
All right, we're getting some seeds. We're getting some seeds started in January. It's cold outside, but these things can be started inside because I follow the gal. She's like the gardenary, and she's amazing. She has a podcast out, and so she talks about how these things take a long time to grow. And so if you don't start until summer, they're probably not going to be done. So we're going to start them inside. We can actually take them outside. Most of them are like frost resistant, so they can actually be in a frost, but they can't be, when it's like super, super cold. So we're just going to start these all of these right here. So we're talking cauliflower, cabbage, Swiss chard, mustards, and these are all herbs. Rosemary, dill, cilantro, thyme. Oh, I got another dill here. Dill and parsley.
Dill and dill.
Lots of dill. And then there's kale. All of these are going to be started now, hopefully put into the garden in February. These are sometimes take a little longer to grow, but they need some warmth. So we're going to put them under a heat lamp in the basement. So that's going to be this is
not heat lamp.
This is a jalapeno. This is like colored peppers. We've got sweet peppers and then 2 kinds of tomatoes. Estelle Jane picked these out. So we're just gonna try this and see how it goes. I have my organic potting mix. I've got my organic seeds. And believe it or not, what's crazy is to think that this many seeds, I actually got a couple, maybe 2 or 3 more, plus this was $58.
That's crazy.
Which it really seems crazy, but I hope that we can save seeds and that'll just be an investment for our future gardening and cooking in our kitchen. So.
Okay. And then right here we have my dirt that I made today. And so I'm gonna try to grow some microgreens, and I'm gonna compare the organic soil to my soil. And we're gonna see a side-by-side comparison when I plant some, broccoli microgreens and see which one is better.
So I have to tell you why he's hiccuping like that.
Yeah, tell him.
He was like, why are you planting so many jalapenos? There's a lot and they're spicy and we don't really eat them. So I went to a festival with Estelle Jane in the fall, and I bought this little jar of, she calls them sweet pinos. And so there's these really sweet and spicy jalapeno in like a jar, and I'm gonna make those, but I don't know. Tom keeps.
Well, you gave me one of them,
and
now I have.
It turned him into a hiccuping man. So he doesn't do well with spicy.
All right, so here we go. Side-by-side comparison of the soil. This is Tom's soil from the garden that he strained through some chicken wire. And then here is Danielle's organic soil.
Now this was the cheaper. There was some...
Tell them how much that cheap soil cost.
This was like $12.
$12. Guess how much mine cost? Nothing. For free.
But I didn't buy the $18
What?
soil.
What a ripoff.
That I think would have been more fine like this.
Gosh.
It was like specifically for starting seeds.
This looks like hair.
She was saying that she thought that we were going to mix this with this to make kind of a...
Okay, so I'm going to put my microgreen broccoli seed in here and here. We're going to see. Maybe this will grow a whole lot better than mine. We shall soon see. Planning going so far?
It's good. I'm doing my sweet peppers. This is tomatoes and then peppers.
Where are you going to put the little thing so you know what each one is?
Yep.
You're going to need to label them.
Yeah, look,
so you
I
don't
did one
forget.
here.
Okay.
This is the Better Boy.
All right. And you got more of those for these?
This is Better Boy. This is Cherokee Purple. And then this one is, I haven't done this one yet. That'll be Sweet Pepper.
Okay. Just make sure you don't forget. All right. And now I have my microgreen broccoli seeds ready. This is going to be going into the organic $12 soil, and then this is going to be going into my soil that I made in the backyard. And so I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to sprinkle broccoli seeds into this tray. And I got about 2 tablespoons for each of these trays. And then I'll let you see what it looks like or what we're gonna do when we're done with this. One of the bad things about me bringing in my soil outside is we've got a couple of little bugs that are traveling around in my soil. You can see the broccoli seed on top there. We got a little roly-poly over here rolling around, and whatever that thing is. Looks like a centipede or something. So that is, I guess, one drawback of my soil is it's got bugs in it, but it doesn't bother me.
It's alive.
So you're putting 1 per planting or 2?
Well, right now, I think I'm putting 1, and then if I have enough, I'll go back and put another one, which it looks like I'm
These are tomatoes, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Teeny little seeds. All right, so I've got Tom's soil, organic soil. I'm gonna put a little bit more of my soil on top of these broccoli seeds that you can see in there. And I'm also gonna put another small layer of the organic potting mix on top of these seeds that you see right there, and then I'll show you the next step. So I just put a 1/4 inch of soil. This is the organic stuff. This is my soil from the backyard. Now we have this really fancy Berkey water filter here, but it's supposedly the best water ever. But I'm just gonna use this here Gwinnett County city water to spray these down. I'm just gonna put a little water in here. I'll show you what that looks like here. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on slightly. Different levels, what are you talking about?
How the top has holes and the bottom doesn't.
Oh, not yet. All right, so I'm gonna spray it like this. I'm just gonna get these seeds wet, spray them just a little bit. Now this top tray has holes in it, and then there's a tray underneath that does not have any holes in it. And so I'm just gonna get it wet just like that, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So I have 2 trays here, one with holes in it, and then this one down here does not have holes in it. That's where water can go ahead and, if I put too much water in here, it will go down to the bottom layer. So mine is the same, it has holes in the top layer, no holes in the bottom. I'm gonna go ahead and add water to this one here, and I'll show you what I did is I put my 2 seed trays on top of the organic seed trays. I'm gonna go ahead and water these as well. Just looks like this, back and forth, back and forth. Get these seeds in the soil a little bit wet, and then after they're wet you actually leave the trays like this, and we're going to put 1 more tray on top of these, and we're going to set it down on top of this and let them sit for a day or two. All right, so I've got the organic soil down here, I've got my soil right here. We're going to take this is empty, it's just dirt, it's just used as weight, and we're going to put this weight on top of the planted seeds like that, and then we're just gonna sit these in the other room, and I'll come back maybe tomorrow and I'll water these 2. Actually, I probably won't water them after 1 day. I'll water them after 2 days, and I'll update you on the progress of these things. But I'll show you how we grow these microgreens. A lot going on here. These are scraps going out to the chickens tomorrow when it gets light outside. We got a bowl full of turkey scraps. We're gonna give these to some stray cats that live outside. We're gonna throw them over our fence so the stray cats have something to eat. And then we have the microgreens that are just gonna sit here for the day, or for tomorrow. And then I'll water them probably day 2, and I'll show you what they look like after about 2 days of just sitting. How's your stuff working out here?
I think it went okay. I ended up doing 2 rows of the Cherokee tomatoes because I don't know, I miscalculated. But we've got
got them labeled. That's good.
But this is
all right. And then what do we have going on here?
These are all herbs, and this is all like cold weather stuff that'll be ready to go into the greenhouse that you just made, like February.
Whoa, okay. Yeah, that's fine. So these will be plants that are growing down in our basement under a grow light, and I'm gonna plant some of this stuff right into the ground in the greenhouse. So we'll see, I guess, a comparison of like starting stuff indoors versus growing them in the ground and into a greenhouse immediately.
Are you gonna grow some of this stuff straight in the green? When are you putting that in? Like now, or are you waiting?
Tomorrow or the next day or something.
Okay.
So no, I'm not gonna wait because the greenhouse is gonna warm up the ground and be ready to plant.
So you're gonna try it. Okay, yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
All right, so let's get this done. It's getting late. All right, so I'm down in the basement just to show you that we have this grow light down in our basement, and here's some places that I've grown microgreens in the past. And so when we get done with all these seeds, this is where we're going to end up putting them after they've sprouted and started to grow. And I'll update you on the progress and show you what the microgreens look like after a few days.